2 times before and I failed twice. Now I figured it out and I'm gonna try and explain it well. So it's about this prisoner problem, prison hat riddle. If you type in hat riddle on YouTube, it will be the first video with 9.5 million views. Watch this video and then watch this video of me explaining an alternate solution to the problem. Alright, here we go. So I have set up a grid with 10 people, assigned every person with a colored hat, which they will say the color of correctly, except for the 10th person. He will say it incorrectly, following the rules of the solution of the video. I filled in the colors they see, which is the hats they can see are the hats in front of them, and I've used this rule here. Switch when you see white and stay with the color you have when you see black. So number 2 sees a black hat. This is what number 2 sees. Number 2 sees in front of him, and this is what he hears for later. He sees black, so yeah, this square is black. Number 3 sees 2 black hats, so these 2 squares in front of number 3 are black. But number 4 sees 2 black hats and a white hat, so what he sees is black. It stays black because 2 is black, and he sees a white hat here, so what number 4 sees is white, because he changes the black he saw here into white here at the white hat from 3. So that's how we fill in this thing. So we fill in black, black, white because this is white, and we fill in black because this is white. It's white, so this is black, and this is black, so black stays black, and this is black, so this black stays black again. This black carries on through these 2 blacks, and at this white, this black here becomes white here in this square, and then it stays white along the way because these squares are all black. These 3 squares are black. If this square was white, this one would be black, and this one would also be black because this one is black. These are white, and these are black. Alright, so you look at the square above, take it, look at this square, see what's in front, change it if this is white. This is white, so this is changed into white along the way. And the same thing happens with what you hear. Number 10 hears nothing, and number 9 hears white because number 10 will say white. Number 9 hears white. This is what number 9 hears. He hears white. So 9 hears white, and then 8 hears white, and then he hears black. So he keeps the white because he doesn't switch, he stays. Number 8 hears white. Number 7 hears white because he heard white, black, black, so it's white, stays white, stays white. Number 6, he hears white, black, black, white, so he takes the white, changes it into nothing because it stays white, and then he hears white, so number 6 changes what he hears into black here. So it's the same white, take it, change it. If it's white, you change this. And then this is black, so it stays black. This is black, so it stays black. This is white, so this black becomes white here because this is white. And this is white also, so this white here becomes black here. and then this is black, so this black stays black, this is black, so this black stays black. Alright, so that's how you make what you hear and what you see. You look at what you, he looks at what he sees, starts at the front, moves all the way to where he can see. Number 4 starts at black, sees black, black, white. So he, number 4, sees this one white, and number 5 sees black, black, white, white. So he encodes that into seeing black, black, changes it to white here at the first white, and changes it back to black, the second white. So what 5 sees, it's in parentheses, he sees black. Number 5 sees black. And what number 5 hears is white, black, black, white, black. And that's what he actually hears, and what he makes of that using the switch at white and stay with black if you hear black. So he makes, number 5 makes the black he actually hears into black, because he hears white, black, black, white, black, and that changes into white, 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 black, black. So 5 hears black and he sees black. Now, how to figure out what you say is using this rule. And if you don't hear or see anything for number 1 and number 10, use this rule instead. If you hear, what you make out from what you hear. So it should be in parentheses as well. These should be in parentheses, but I was lazy. I'll fix that. Fixing it. Here equals C, say black. Here does not equal C, say white. So, and then this is what they say, the color of their hats, except for number 10, because number 10, he, if you see nothing, you say what you hear. If you hear nothing, you say what you see. But, and if you say what you hear. Right. These are special cases for the front and the end of the row. So how to solve the problem? Everyone knows the rules: switch, stay, go along the line, and what you hear, you remember what you first heard, second heard, third heard. You remember what you heard, and every time you hear white, you switch what you've heard into the other color, and if you hear black, you keep the color you've heard before. So let's try it out for a couple of cases. So in this case, the hats are black, black, white, white, black, black, white, black, black, black. Number 10 has a black hat on, but he says white because he hears nothing, so he says what he sees. And what he sees is a row of black, black, white, white, black, black, white, black, black, which he translates into black, black, white, black, 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 white, 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 because it changes at these 3 points. It changes to white here, it changes back to black here, and then it changes back into white at 7, and it stays white all the way up to here, so he sees this is what 10 sees. 10 sees the square in front of him, and he hears nothing, so he says what he sees, which is white, and that is what 10 says. Then 9 goes. 10 has heard this square, and he sees this square, which match. If they match, he says black, which he does here, and black is correct. So he sees white, he hears white, and he says black because they match, so he says black. Then number 8 here sees a white hat in front of him, and he's hearing white because he's heard white, black, which he changes from white to not. He doesn't change because he hears black. What he hears is white. What he sees is black, white. They match, so he says black here. And then number 7 goes. Number 7, he sees black because he's wearing a white hat, and he hears white, so they don't match, so he says white. And then number 6 goes. He sees black, he hears black, they match, so he says black. He hears black because he's heard white, 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 black, black, white. This is what he's actually heard, and he encodes it using this rule into white, 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 and then black. That's why he hears black in parentheses. So 6 hears black, he sees black, he says black, because they match, he say black. Same for 5, he sees black, he hears black, sees, hears, says black. And 4, he sees white and he hears black, so he says white here, which is correct, his hat is white. And then number 3 goes, he sees black and he hears 4 say white, so he changes what he had before, black, into white. And then he doesn't see what he hears, which is white, because it doesn't equal what he sees. And white is correct again. And 2, he sees black, he hears black because he's heard white, white, and he changed this white into black according to the rule, and they match. He sees black, he hears black, so they match, so he says black, which is correct. And number 1, he has heard black, white, this line, and he's made it into this one according to this rule. And that's why 1 hears black, and if you see nothing, you say what you hear, which is black, is what he says, and they all get it right. Excellent. That wasn't so hard. Ha! I did it. I actually did it. Anyone see that? No? No one? Well, let's fill in another case. Let's make them all white. Let's see what happens. It's gonna be fun, right? So, every hat is white. So this is white, and it's black, and it's white, and it's black, and it's white, and it's black, and it's white. And it's black, and it's white, and it's black. What you hear, he's seeing 10 sees white, so he says white. He hears nothing. 9 hears white, so bum 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 should be good. White, white. If it's white, it's black. Change, 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 change. Derp, derp. And this should work. Yeah. So 10, he says white because he sees white and he hears nothing. You say what you see, he says white. 9, he hears white, he sees black because he sees white, black, white, black, white, black, white, black, white. Well, black, yeah. He sees black, he hears white, so he says white. And so it goes on. 8 sees white, hears black, he says white. 7 sees black, hears white, he says white. 6 hears white, black, he sees white, so he says white. See, they all work out. So if we put some blacks in here, this changes, it stays white. There's black here, white, stays white, black, white, black, stays black, comes white. And this is dot, and then white stays white, comes black, comes white, comes black, stays black, comes white, comes black, stays black, comes white. Yep. Alright. See if this works out whatever way we do it. We should have the same thing. 10, he sees white, black, white, white, black, white, 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 black, which he in turn interprets as the white he takes, and then he switches if he sees white. So he takes white, stays white, switches to black, switches to white, stays white, switches to black, switches to white, switches to black again, and it stays black. So what he sees is black. 10 sees black, he hears nothing, so he says black. 10 says black. Now 9 hears black. I don't think I did this right. No, I don't think I did. Black, black, white, black, white, 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 black. There we go. Now that should be right. Number 9, he hears black, he sees black, so he matches and he says black, which is correct. Number 8, hears black, black, he sees white, so he says white because they don't match. Number 7, which is correct. Number 7 sees black, and then he hears white, and they don't match, so he says white as well. And then number 6 has heard black, black, white, white. He changes that into black, black, white, black. So 6 hears black. 6 hears black, sees white, says white, which is correct. Number 5, he sees white here, he hears white, so he says black, which is right. He's heard white because he's heard white 3 times, so it changes from black into white here, changes it back to black, changes it back to white here. That's why he hears white. Number 4, sees black here. He hears white because he's heard white here, and stays white here because he hears 5 say black, so it stays white. So he hears white, sees black, so he says white, which is right. Number 3 says white because he sees white and he hears black, which do not match, so he says white. Yep, which is right. And 2 sees white. He sees number 1 wearing a white hat. He hears white because he's just heard 3 say white here. Number 2 has heard 3 say white, so he changes this black into white here, which is correct. He He's actually heard all this. Number 2 has heard this, which is white here. According to this rule, black, black, white, black, white, white. And then he hears white, so he's hearing black. And then he hears white again, so he's hearing white. So number 2 hears white. He says black because he sees white also in front of him. And number 1 sees nothing. He sees nothing, so he says what he hears, and what he hears is white. Because number 2 said black, and then he says black here. He says white because that's what he hears. This is what number 1 hears, this is what number 1 says. This is what number 0 would hear, but number 0 is not existent. Say for this column is what number 11 would see. The white hat of the number 10. Excellent. If they all black, yeah. If they all black, we got it easy. Yeah, real easy. Yeah. So you say black if you hear what you see. If you see white, you switch. So all the hats are black. Everybody sees black. Everybody says black because all they hear is black. When it's all white, the first guy says black, I believe. Goes back and forth. You've seen that. All white hats. I think he said white as well. Like this, right? Yeah. Yeah, they all say white because they never match. 10 says white because he sees white. And number 1 says white because he hears white. That's right. Whichever way you do it, it always works out. So if this is white, this black changes into white. If this is white changes into black. If this white, this black changes into white. If this white changes to black. If this black stays black. If this is white, black changes into white. If this is white, this white changes into black. So whatever you do, it always works out. Number 10 sees white, he says white. Number 9 sees black, he hears white, so he says white because it doesn't match. And number 8 sees the same, it's matched, so he says black, that's right. 7 says white because they don't match. These 2 don't match, he says white. These 2 don't match, he says white. These 2 don't match. Don't match. These 2, he says white. These match, he says black. These don't match, he says white. And number 1 says what he hears, which is white. And that's right. Excellent! I did it. See? This is the alternate solution to the prisoner hat problem. You decide what you say based on what you hear and see. You decide what you hear and see based on The rules switch if white stay black. So yeah, I did it, Mom. I was thinking if this could work with 3 colors as well, it might do, but I'm not sure. Because yeah, I haven't really thought about that too much. Oh well. I'm glad I did it. I like all black. That's nice. I can't go back further. Control Z. Oh well. Well, let's see. Anybody? Black, 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 black. Alright. Might be black, I don't know. Based on this. Yeah, right. Change black, change white, stays white, change black, stays black, stays white, stays white. He says white, yes. Here's white, right. Changes white, white, black, black, white, white. Changes again. Doesn't change, changes. Yeah. So every time I do this, it works out because this is white, so he says black because they equal the same. And that's right, he has a black hat. This guy has a black hat. He sees black, he hears black, so he says black, this is right. And this guy has a white hat, he sees something else than he hears, so he says white. Same here, hears white, sees white, says black, there's a black hat. White hat here, correct. Yeah, it always works out. So, this color is based on this color, and this color is based on this color and this color here. All right. Yeah. How to fill it in. You first pick hats, then you pick what you see. Based on this is the same always, and this one is this color here and this color here. If this white, you switch this one here to the other one. If this is black, you stay with what you have here. So it's white, so we switch. We have white, so we get black. So this is black. And we go along the line. This color here and this color here. This is white, so we change black into white. This color here, this color here. This is white, this is black, so we keep the white. This color here, this color here, this is white, we have white, so we change to black because this is white, so we switch white into black. Here's it white, black, we change this black back into white, black, white, we keep the white here, and this is white, so we change, this is black, this is black, we keep the black here, and this is white, and this is black, so we change this, but this doesn't matter because this is what number 11 would see, and there's no number 11, and that's why we have this rule. If you see nothing, if you hear nothing, this is this, then here's nothing. This row, we copy this row, we don't have to fill it in, we let's fill this one in. based on what they say. This guy 10 says black because he sees black. And then what you hear, this guy hears nothing. Oh wait, is this what 9 hears? 9 hears black, so he hears black. And then well, you can copy this, but let's see if we can do it without copying this and have it make sense. 9 hears, yeah, we can. These two, he sees black, he hears black, so he says black, right? If here equals C, you say black. So he says black, which is the color of his hat, which is nice. This guy, then 8, he hears black, black. So what he hears is black, what he sees is white, so he says white, because they do not equal each other. And this is correct. Then 7 sees white and heard black, black, white. So this is white, this changes this black. It's the same but the other way around. You take this color, and if this is white, we change this color here into the other color here, which we do. And then we fill in like so. This column, we take this color here, no color here, and color here, and we change if it's different. If this is white, we change this into the other color. This is black, this is white, so this stays white. This is white, this is white, so this becomes black. This is white, this is black, so this black changes into white. This is black, this is white, so this white stays white. This is white, this is white, so it becomes black, and this is white, and this is black, so this black changes into white, and then this white, and this is white, so this white here changes into black there. They all say what they need to say because this matches this, so he says black. This doesn't match that, so he says white, etc. It works! Ho ho! Yeah. It's difficult this way because you have to remember what you see based on what's in front of you, and then you have to compare it to what you hear based on all that has been said before you make a guess. So in reality this would never work, everyone would die, but it's a cruel puzzle anyway. So yeah, you know. Thanks for watching. Bye.